Hello and welcome to the 2026 California Thoracic Society Educational Conference. My name is Brooks Kuhn and I'm an Associate Professor of Clinical Medicine at UC Davis Health and your outgoing president. I want to start this address by sharing my own experience of how I became involved with CTS. In 2013, a research mentor of mine recommended I present our abstract down at the conference. Now, I knew nobody at this conference, and frankly, I knew very little about CTS, so I showed up functionally alone. But what I found was that the educational content was fantastic. There were speakers there who were from California, but on the bleeding edge of respiratory medicine. These were the first authors of papers who were really dictating what the future of respiratory medicine was going to be. But instead of being on a podium and rushing off to the next busy meeting at some larger conferences, they were there in jeans, ready to answer questions afterwards, waiting in the same lunch line when we were done together, always open to answer questions. Now, when I went to present my poster, instead of being in a large hall hoping someone came by, it was an intimate setting where I had multiple people come through here. Almost the entire people who were listening to the lectures came by and asked pointed questions. These were respiratory therapists, physicians, basic scientists, to clinicians, program directors, to basic scientists and nurses. The whole gambit was represented. It was really this community of people who just love respiratory medicine. So I felt like I'd found my community, and this has motivated me to join this conference every year since that time, and really to increasingly become involved through various committees, and culminating here with my time serving you as your president this past year. Now, the goal of CTS is really first and foremost fostering that community. But in addition, we are tasked with improving respiratory health in the state of California, both through education and through advocacy. And I can tell you I think we've accomplished both with aplomb in this past year. Regarding advocacy, we've collaborated closely with the American Thoracic Society and the American Lung Association, signing on multiple letters promoting both air quality health, safe workspaces, and jumping onto any type of legislation where we feel that we have a unique voice here in California. Regarding education, we also have had some great successes, and this conference is notably the best. I'm proud to announce that this is the most attended conference in California Thoracic Society history. In addition, our poster presentation will have the most number of abstracts in California Thoracic Society, about 10 times as many as the first year when I presented. Beyond the conference, though, we've also expanded our education content throughout the year with webinars. Now, these webinars initially started as a COVID pivot, if you will, trying to continue to give education when we couldn't meet in person. But now they've really become an entrenched part here, open to all of our members. Again, getting phenomenal speakers speaking on Friday evenings here, about 20 or 30 minutes here, really just high yield content for all levels. As far as our membership, that's continued to expand as well, both individually and our institutional memberships. I think, with the deepest part of my heart, all of our institutional members, as well as those of those individual sites advocating for institutional membership from those groups, as there's many benefits to be held by that title. We've had institutional members at UC Davis Health, UC San Francisco, Stanford, UCLA Harbor, UC San Diego, and Loma Linda. And I'm very proud to announce that University of Arizona Tucson has also joined as institutional members this year. In fact, the California Thoracic Society has welcomed in all members from Arizona as really part of our CTS family. And I really look forward to that relationship growing in the future collaboratively so we can jointly shape the future of what CTS will be for both states involved. Now, behind the scenes, we've also done some phenomenal work as well. Our committees continue to expand their reach and their focus. We make sure that there is a diversity of input and voices on these committees as well, as in addition to maintaining a pipeline for leadership in the future to make sure CTS remains in good hands. Most notably, we've started a new committee this year, the Past Presidents Council. We asked all of our former presidents to make themselves available if CTS ever needed help in another type of emergency. In the prior years, we've weathered pandemics, we've weathered floods here in Monterey, with I'm sure more wild cards to come in the future here. So I really appreciate all of those who jumped at the opportunity to provide that institutional memory, that sage hand and experience to really help the future leadership have opportunities to bounce ideas to really make sure CTS again remains in good hands. But as I prepare to pass on to my phenomenal successor, Jessica Gogan, I do so with great confidence about the future of CTS. Not because of the individual who takes over as president, but she will do fantastic. More so that the strength of CTS lies in the fact that it's the sum of a lot of individual efforts. We are so fortunate to have so many different people who are willing to give their time, effort, and expertise all for free for the goal of promoting CTS. We've had a very engaged executive committee and board of directors helping in any way they can. We are incredibly fortunate to have Jade Orchard and Jason Seidler forming our executive office, which has really helped stabilize the institution of CTS as well. Not to mention the individual help of innumerable number of you who've helped out on committees, planning this conference, right? Everything, all of that here and all of you, I thank you. And finally, I want to extend a personal invitation to everyone here at the conference. Please join us. Join us at the conference and ask anyone here with a badge that says they served in some way at CTS. Ask them about their experience, and I guarantee you will find a story that you can make your own. So enjoy the vendors, enjoy the talks, enjoy the lovely food, and enjoy Monterey. And I look forward to talking to you all at the conference. Thank you.